How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Spider, and in this video we're going to be breaking down UPA week number 5, going up against Gunk and the Mother of Moth. They have a team of Fluttermane, Deoxys Speed, Galarian Zapdos, King Gambit, Zekrom, Glamora, Ditto, Basculin, Torterra, Kamala, and Tinkatuff. The Terra Captains are going to be Tinkatuff, Basculin, and Torterra. Obviously, with the Shell Smash ability there, it could be annoying. I couldn't find the sprite for Torterra, so I just have like the Gen 6 sprite there, and it's shiny, so that's exciting. You can see the team I'm bringing on the left, my opponent's team that I'm predicting on the right, obviously subject to change. Yeah, this should be a fun one. I took about 10 minutes to prep this, 10 or 15 minutes, I'm going to be honest. This is a fun league, so we're going to try to have fun. We are 3-1 right now, I believe, and going to try to keep up the fun stuff by winning. My opponent brings a very scary team, though. Very scary. I mean, of course, it's Ubers, so they're all going to be scary, but this one's very, very concerning. So let's start right off with Oathkeeper here, the ZACIAN, 24 HP. 252 attack and 232 speed with a jolly nature. We are Choice Scarfed. I think Choice Scarf ZACIAN makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm on the wrong Pokemon here. Okay, there we go. Choice Scarf ZACIAN makes a lot of sense here, in my opinion, because my opponent has a lot of things that are really fast and can potentially boost their speed. So first of all, Deoxys Speed is very fast. I cannot speed that, being Choice Scarfed. Fluttermane can boost our energy speed, which could be, I think it makes sense if that's what they decide to do. Galarian Zapdos is a common Scarfer. Zekrom can set up with Dragon Dance. Basculin could be Scarfed. Glamora could be Scarfed. Torterra can Shell Smash. I'm pretty sure even after a Shell Smash I'll outspeed it. I definitely will, as long as they still have my Scarf. So yeah, there's a lot of things. And also, if they bring Ditto, it's going to have a Choice Scarf, and probably, unless it doesn't, that would be great if it doesn't. But then we can speed tie the Ditto, so that would be cool. So that's the ZACIAN. I'm really just going to be clicking Play Rough. I mean, I have 3 other moves that I could use. I mean, I could use Close Combat for Gambit. I could crunch the Deoxys to guaranteed hit that thing. And then I could Psychic Fangs the Glamora for super effective damage. And also the Zapdos if it goes down to that, and I don't want to risk the Play Rough miss. So yeah, hoping to potentially late game sweep with this if I can just, get things chipped and then be able to just click Play Rough at the end. That would be ideal. Obviously, there are some things we got to do before that. So next up, we're bringing the Toxapex. I don't really like this Pokemon. I don't like this Pokemon, but we're bringing it because if I don't bring it eventually, no one's gonna fear it. I don't think anyone fears it anyway. So we're just physically defensive with the Rocky Helmet. There's the Rocky Helmet right there. And we are Haze, Mudshot, Toxic, and Recover on Mudshot because I want to be able to lower things speed with that move. It will always lower speed. 95% accurate, so it's not the best. Well, that's like basically 100%, let's be honest. If you miss a 95% accurate move, it's just not your day. 55 power, so it's basically just there for the Glamora, so that if it does switch in for whatever reason, or if we're against it, I can lower its speed, but I can also stop it from, it won't set up toxic spikes with the toxic debris. Glamora could also just run Corrosion so that it can get a poison off on the Toxapex, so that would be interesting if it does decide to do that. That wouldn't be too far-fetched in my opinion. And then, just Toxic because I like to poison things, and Recover because I like to get my health back. Rocky Helmet could serve as great chip against the King Gambit, against the Galarian Zapdos, against the Torterra, mayhaps. I'm pretty sure Headlong Rush is a contact move. Earthquake obviously isn't, but if they decide to do Headlong Rush, obviously that helps. And just any chip on the Zekrom, maybe it locks itself into something like an Outrage, or maybe it's Scarfed or Banded into Dragon Claw, and we can get some Rocky Helmet damage off on that. That would be great. Mudshot will obviously help to slow things down, like I said. And then Haze is just to make sure the King Gambit doesn't get carried away. Deoxys doesn't get carried away if it's trying to set up on me. Fluttermane, Zekrom, even Zapdos. I mean, all these things, Torterra, they have a lot of setup threats. So all those things I would want to try to haze and keep it at arm's length, I suppose. Next up, we have Assault Vest, physically defensive. Donphan. This thing probably won't take many hits from Flutter Mane, but judging how I don't really have the Flutter Mane switch in on my team, this is gonna have to try. And I have a feeling it's not gonna work. From what I can tell, the Pokemon was level 52 at the time. Okay, that sounds random. Yeah, Donphan, Assault Vest, physically defensive with Earthquake, Rapid Spin, Ice Spinner, and Ice Shard. I should probably run Boots. I probably should, but I'm not. Obviously, they do have the Flutter Mane that spin blocks, but Earthquake is Earthquake. Gonna do a lot of damage to Flutter Mane. Ice Shard is really good for priority. I don't really need any other move. Ice Spinner will obviously hit the Zekrom, but I can Earthquake. It'll hit the Torterra on the potential switch in, which would be awesome. It also hits the Zapdos, so the Zapdos can't really just abuse this thing. And yeah, that's the Donphan. Hoping that it does something in this game. Next up is my Choice Scarfed Infernape with 32 EVs in HP and 4 in defense, as well as 252 in attack and 220 in speed. Adamant Nature. So we're 307 speed. That will outspeed Zekrom, I believe, which is awesome. We love to outspeed Zekrom. So if it does get up to +1, we'll still outspeed it, which is great. Still gives us the ability to run Adamant. I have no real reason to speed creep Basculin because it can just Aqua Jet me. So, and Galarian Zapdos has no reason to run. Well, if it's Scarfed, it doesn't even need to try to outspeed Deoxys because you outspeed it anyway because I can't run Scarfed on Dialga, not Deoxys. So I'm base 90 with Dialga, right? But Zapdos doesn't need to try to speed creep that because I can't run Choice Scarf on Dialga. And if he's not Choice Scarfed, I outspeed it anyway with Infernape. So that's why I don't really care about the Zapdos in that situation. And yeah, there's nothing in between Flutter Mane and Zapdos, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, Earthquake, U-Turn. Probably just going to lead with this thing and try to do some damage. If they lead Glimmora and it's not Air Balloon, I might just Earthquake it to try to knock it out. Obviously, it's probably sashed if it's a lead, but that's okay. Last but not least, second to last, and certainly, probably least actually. If it's on Toxapex, this is probably going to be the least useful Pokemon on this team. We have Booster Energy, Bulk Up, Screamtail, so we're boosting our speed. And we're going to be bulking up Drain Punch. So I wanted to run Calm Mind. I thought that Calm Mind made a little bit more sense, but then I don't really hit King Gambit very hard. At least this way I can get some health back with Drain Punch and hit that thing really hard. But also Bulk Up's kind of nice. You know, I can set up on the Zapdos. I can set up on the what do you call it? Zekrom. I can potentially set up on Deoxys, and yeah, I don't think I can really get reverse swept by Ditto. I think I can probably beat most Dittos with this as long as I'm at a reasonable amount of health. Hoping to bulk up against anything and then just win. With the booster speed, I'll be able to outspeed a Flutter Mane that doesn't boost its own speed, and or if it's like Choice Scarfed or anything like that. And, you know, kind of go crazy, hopefully. It's also nice that Flutter Mane has very bad physical defense, so that'll help me do a little bit more damage to that with this thing. So, very fun. And, I mean, yeah, I felt like I had to bring this set, some sort of boosting set with Screamtail at least once this season, so here it is. Last but not least, we have Terra Normal, Silk Scarf, Ambipom, with Fake Out, Double Hit, Upper Hand, and Triple Axe. Sorry, I just think it's very funny. Upper Hand is basically for the King Gambit and potentially the Basculin. And that's about it. So if King Gambit comes, obviously he's going to have Sucker Punch. I mean, I would assume it has Sucker Punch. Going to try to stop me from, knocking out with any sort of fighting type attack. But I do get Upper Hand, which if you don't know is a new move that basically it'll take priority over, I think, everything. I mean, it'll definitely take priority over King Gambit since it's much slower than me. And it hits them before but if they use any move other than a priority move, it fails. But if they use a priority move, it flinches them, which is great because I get to probably not knock out King Gambit, but I probably just click Upper Hand, get it in range of a double hit, and then double hit it next turn. Because the thing is, if I click Upper Hand and they Sucker Punch, they're probably not Sucker Punching again because I can just click it again. So hopefully I get it in range. unless it's like already chipped and I just OHKO it, which would be great. But same thing goes for Basculin. If I haven't shown the upper hand, it's also kind of nice to do that, because if they're like Terra Water, you like adaptability, choice band, Aqua Jet, that's doing so much damage to everything on my team except for Toxapex. So, you know, upper hand is kind of clutch in that case, and you can use it several times. It's not like it fails after, you know, one time, like a, you know, like a Destiny Bond or an Endure or anything like that. It's just, it's nice to have there. And then Triple Axle, really just there for the Flutter Mane, which is the only Pokemon, and I guess Glamora, because I don't really get any moves to hit Glamora super effectively unless I'm using like Mud Shot, which I don't really want to, because it's a special move. I'll Triple Axle that. I'll Triple Axle the Flutter Mane, I suppose. I'll probably just die to attack first, but this Pokemon's nice just to get a little fake out chip on some things. I might lead with this as well, depending. So if they lead maybe Deoxys, I get a crap ton of damage off. There's no reason not to Terra immediately, because it's Terra normal. So I'll get a crap ton of, and there's no other Terra captains that I'm bringing to this game, so there's literally no reason not to Terra first turn, unless I want to keep a secret of what Terra I am. I'll just take the extra damage on the fake out, honestly. Technician boosted, Silk Scarf boosted, Terra normal boosted, double hits, go crazy against this team. Again, minus Glamora, Kingambit, Flutter Mane, and if he brings a Terra that's resistant to normal. But besides that, we go crazy. So that's the Ambipom. I'm hoping to put in work with it. I really enjoy using Ambipom, especially as the Terra captain. So yep, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching this team builder. I'm going to skip about 10 hours to the battle, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, here we are in the battle doing yet again another voiceover. However, before I say anything more, this is going to be a little bit different because my voice will come in about 10 minutes and 30 seconds. That's when I figure out I can actually start recording my voice. So it'll be like 1/3 of it's going to be a voiceover, and then the last 2/3 are going to be my live reaction to the battle. So yeah, looking at my opponent's team, nothing crazy. It does bring the Kingambit. I actually expected the Basculin, but that's all good. I am just going to lead, I believe Infernape is what I led with, because it just, you know, it's scarfed and it'll outspeed almost everything, so that's ideal. But yeah, it might be a little strange because, you know, the Torterra, was I expecting the Torterra? I think I was. I think it was Bisharp and Zapdos. I don't remember, because I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what my initial 6 was. I just remember that I was predicting the Basculin. So anyway, my opponent could lead with a myriad of things here. Maybe the Torterra. I'm pretty sure Torterra gets spikes now, so we could lead that, try to get that up. Maybe a Scarfed Zapdos lead. Not too sure. So let's see. Wish I had skipped this and just kind of, you know, not had to sit here. But I'm ready to go. Of course, good luck, have fun to Gunk. And yeah, we're going to get this started. So, ooh, scary. With the Volcarone in the background too. Pretty nice. Alright, so they're going to lead with Brick X Brick, which is the Torterra. This is one of their Terra captains as well, so it could Terra into any type. Torterra lead. I didn't really expect them to Shell Smash turn 1. I figured, you know, either a switch comes out, maybe they try to hazard stack. Wasn't too sure what the Terra would be. Also, you know, it's possible that they do just Terra immediately or not. This U-turn isn't certainly going to kill if they don't Terra, but, you know, it's going to do a little bit of chip damage. We're going to, you know, switch out. So Terra comes out immediately. And they're going to end up being Terra Fire, which, you know, judging by that and also, you know, the damage I do, I can kind of tell that this is a pretty defensive Torterra. Obviously here for the ZACIAN, it probably has boots as well, since I don't see Rocky Helmet here. We do very little, so because it is a fire type, however, I'm feeling more comfortable with, you know, turn 8 just being able to switch in and kind of threaten this thing out, because I know that they're probably not going to click Woodhammer here or any type of grass type move. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a Stealth Rock, or maybe just an Earthquake. They do opt to just go for an Earthquake. And by the damage here, I am physically defensive, so, you know, it's kind of hard to tell if it has much investment or not. I try to do a little bit of calculation here, see what I'm looking at, because the U-turn damage I couldn't really, you know, it's very little. You can't really tell what it is. It's looking like it'll probably be a mix of physical defense and physical attack, probably with some HP in there as well. So because they didn't go for hazards, I don't really have to rapid spin here, obviously. I could just click Earthquake. Earthquake is pretty free here. They could go into Zapdos, but then they'll probably just end up U-turning. Of course, if they U-turn on an Ice Spinner, that would be annoying. But we're going to just make the safe play here and go for Earthquake. They might also just try to stay in and maybe Leech Seed me or something. Or get up their rocks or spikes so that I'm forced to rapid spin maybe. So I end up just going for the safe Earthquake. They're going to switch. I kind of expected Zapdos here, I'm not going to lie. But I could have gotten rocks up, I guess, if I had them, which obviously I don't because I'm AV. So they're going to bring in hard Flutter Mane, which is crazy because I'm going to do a crap ton of damage. That's like 90%, which is great. And this is like the first time I brought Donphan like almost every week. And this is the first week I bring Ice Shard, which is crazy because it actually ends up coming into play here and knocking out the Flutter Mane. Not that the Flutter Mane would have knocked me out there because I am Assault Vest. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it's specs and it actually just completely tears Donphan apart, but it didn't seem like that was the case. So, you know, they're just gonna, you know, I'm gonna get a little lucky there, I guess, and get the Flutter Mane down. Actually, I wouldn't call it luck. I just call it, I guess, fortune. So, I'm stressing out over there for no reason. Yeah. Anyway, Deoxys Speed comes in, which is another kind of interesting thing here. I expected, you know, maybe Zapdos to come in and scout what I could do to it. But we're going to Earthquake. Deoxys does come in. Now I am Assault Vest, so I was confident in my ability to, you know, live a hit here, live any one hit. Unless it was like Specs Ice Beam or something, or Specs Psycho Boost. They do go for Spikes, and because I just knocked out the Flutter Mane, I can just easily Rapid Spin here, and there's no harm, no foul for that. So they're going to Psycho Boost here, and do a crap ton of damage to me. But I do live it. Tourney coming in clutch here, getting this spin off, getting rid of those spikes, and getting a speed boost as well. So at this point, I'm not too sure if it's in Ice Shard range, but if I Ice Shard and it doesn't kill, and they go for a spike, then I'm kind of, you know, then the hazards might stay on the field. So I'm just going to click Rapid Spin, hoping that they spike, and then I can Ice Shard the next turn. They're at -2 special attack. They do end up going for Flash Cannon, and I end up living, which is pretty funny. I guess they were expecting Scream Tail, but even at -2, Flash Cannon is not doing much to Scream Tail. I think I turn off my face cam to go say my goodnights real quick. But that's huge because not only I'm now at +2 speed, which is great, and then I get to, you know, go for an Ice Shard. Now, unfortunately, Donphan is so dirt slow that I don't outspeed Zapdos anyway. I don't outspeed Zekrom, anything like that. But yeah, man, Donphan picking up 2 kills, especially those 2 Pokemon, I mean, that's exactly what it needs to do, as well as keeping rocks off the field. So obviously Zekrom, now that my Donphan is this weak, Zekrom's a little more worrisome. But if we can play around it with the Scream Tail and potentially the Toxapex, we might be able to make it work. So I think this is when I start to calc to see if I could potentially outspeed a Zapdos. But it doesn't look like it will. So Crush is going to be the Zapdos. And I'm obviously thinking probably just let the Donphan go down. They're probably just going to U-turn. I don't want to Ice Shard here. I don't remember if I do end up. I don't think I Ice Shard here because I don't want them to like bulk up on me. Because that would be annoying. Or if they're weak, God forbid, they're Agility Weakness Policy or some shit. Which in that case, Ice Spinner. But at least Ice Spinner plus Ice Shard would do significant damage to where I could probably just knock it out with the Ambipom the next turn. I do end up Ice Sharding because yeah, okay, that makes sense. I thought I clicked Ice Spinner there, but I wanted the chip, and I really didn't expect, you know, if they end up bulking up, I can just continually Ice Shard until, you know, I mean, even then, Infernape's still outspeeds because I'm Scarfed. Ambipom still outspeeds, so obviously Zacian still outspeeds because I'm Choice Scarfed, so I wasn't too concerned about the bulk up at that point. I feel like the chip was not necessary, but helpful obviously. So I'm doing my little dance here because I'm feeling pretty good about what's going on right now. But whatever they bring in, it's going to be the Torterra, which is going to be more of a problem now since Donphan is gone. Now I do know this thing's defensive, and given that I only have physical attackers on this team, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation here. So obviously, Screamtail is a fun little set here. I believe I end up going into Toxapex just because I can Toxic, and Toxic will be really helpful for this Pokemon. King Gambit might be annoying, but we can haze it if it gets too set up, too out of hand. I guess we're gonna try to not let it get out of hand. So I'm looking at Toxapex. I'm thinking because of the earthquake damage on Donphan, I calced it, and a Torterra with no investment doesn't 2 to KO me with earthquake. So especially if I get a mud shot on it and lower its speed, it's gonna be even better because I can just outspeed it and recover. I think I do end up just going for a Toxic here, I believe. Because it's pretty free. I think I'm trying to check the accuracy on Mudshot for some reason. Not that it really matters, but yeah. I mean, it's not like I can change it now. So I believe they end up going into King Gambit here, which is a good play, obviously. Maybe expecting the Toxic, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. Maybe now I'm calculating the Torterra, the earthquake damage. Kind of wishing I brought Toxic Spikes, looking back on it, but at this point I'm still in a pretty good position with what I got going on here. We just have to worry about obviously the Zekrom. I mean, really worry about everything at this point. So they're probably going to swap out here and go into Misery Biz. Ends up being the King Gambit, so they're going to absorb the Toxic here. And the next turn I will, probably just Mudshot. We also didn't see Supreme Overlord there. So here I start to, as you can see, start to plug in my mic here. So I'm gonna hop off the mic here, and yeah, enjoy, I guess, the rest of the video. Okay, I'm here now, I guess, since I can finally talk. I guess I'll just do live comm from now on, from here on out. So he brings in the King Gambit on the Toxic, which is kind of annoying. I'm thinking I just Mudshot into a potential, I think I just Mudshot into a Haze. I didn't see Supreme Overlord proc. Maybe I was wrong, but yeah, this is fine. Oh wait, not if I give him a Defiant boost. Oh, I have Haze still though. Let's see if I get a Defiant boost out of him. Speed drops. He does have Defiant. Okay. So we are just going to Haze here and hope we outspeed. If he has significant speed investment, he will outspeed us here, but he doesn't, so that's good. And that's huge. So at this point, let's see, he does Kowtow Cleave. Let's see how much this does. 303 down to 212. 212 is 91 out of 303. Okay, so about 30%. Wow, that's a lot. King Gambit. It's kind of nice to know this thing is not Supreme Overlord, to be honest. That's pretty ideal. So, okay. It does that much. No black glasses means he's probably just max attack adamant here. So, I'm actually going to Toxic because I don't expect him to stay in here. And if he does, I'll just haze him again. Yeah, okay. So we get a Toxic off on something here. It's definitely important to keep this thing around for that King Gambit. Toxic on this thing is beautiful. Now, I don't actually think this Zapdos does anything to me. I think the best thing it can do is set up on me, but again, I can just kind of haze, so I'm not too concerned about that. I'm expecting probably a U-turn here, if it was to be anything. And I'm pretty sure I can live any one hit from Zekrom. Okay, maybe not. I kind of want to just Toxic here, just to be safe. Try to call that Zekrom switch in, because if he's adamant or if he has some sort of like Life Orb or something, he could just knock me out with a Bolt Strike. So I kind of just want to cover my bases here in Toxic. It's gonna knock off my Rocky Helmet. Okay, That did a lot. That was a crit. Damn. So what was I? 213? Hold on, what's 303? So I was at 212. Okay, 212 minus 112. Okay, so it did 100. So about 33% there with that move. Zapdos Galar with the Choice Scarf, we'll say, and a crit that did 33%. Yeah, he looks to be probably adamant. Choice Scarf would make a lot of sense here. I'm expecting probably a swap out because, I mean, yeah, that would probably make the most sense. If he is Scarfed. If he's not, he's going to U-turn, right? But either way, I think it's best if I go into Blazed here. Or I just recover. I mean, I don't really know. Maybe I go straight into Blazed. I think that makes the most sense. I can actually Earthquake. No, in case he's not Scarfed and he just goes for Brave Bird, that's pretty reckless. So we're just gonna do this. He does switch. Okay, so probably Scarfed. So that's good to know. Hard Times. Is that Zekrom? Yeah, it is. Okay. So this Pokemon has Terravolt. My Rocky Helmet is now gone, unfortunately. Now we have certain things chipped right now, which is great. Only thing is this thing could just end up blowing me away with a Bolt Strike, and I prefer to not have that happen. You know, that would kind of be annoying, right? But I'm trying to think, and I kind of like maybe switching here. I'm not too sure. Thing is, I really don't want him to get off a substitute here. That would be worst case scenario if he has substitute. That would truly be worst case scenario. I'm thinking best case scenario is I go Scream Tail here. That's if he does sub. I don't know if he brings sub DD to attacks makes the most sense to me, I think. Damn, this is rough. I am just going to Toxic. He could also be Lub. Fusion Bolt. So is that, how much does that do? It doesn't knock us out, so we get a Toxic off on this. Could also be Lumberry, something to keep in mind. Fusion Bolt did, I don't even remember how much I was at. That's like 85%-ish, right? Okay, no Lumberry, which is huge for us. So it wasn't Bolt Strike, it was Fusion Bolt. I guess to get that guaranteed accuracy. Makes a lot of sense. Let's see, Toxapex. Okay, so he's probably max attack Jolly. Didn't look like adamant damage, to be honest. Maybe it was. It's kind of hard to tell with these rolls. So I could go into Scream Tail here just to take this. I do still value Toxapex in certain scenarios. I am going to get Regenerator as well here, which is awesome. Fusion Bolt does not knock out. Yeah, I kind of want to just stay in and let this thing take me out, because then I can go Scream Tail and bulk up. But then it can go Torterra potentially and Roar, which would be really annoying. But either way, trying to think here. I really don't have a Fusion Bolt switch in. I'm just going to recover in case something happens here. He Dragon Dances on me. Okay. Interesting. So obviously here he's going to attack me. This is fine because I have plenty of ways to still outspeed this. In fact, I kind of want to see Ambipom's damage with a Fake Out on this. It's going to do a lot to him. It's going to do a lot for sure. Oh boy, wait, he could Scale Shot, but I don't know if Scale Shot actually knocks me out. I think he has to Fusion Bolt. Oh, damn, I really wish I switched into Scream Tail that turn. I'm going to Haze though. Going to Haze, as he does knock us out with Fusion Bolt here, I have no doubts. Scream Tail is gone. Now when you look at my team, does he really run Shuckaberry? I don't know about that. So if I go Scream Tail here, Play Rough will not knock him out, I don't think. Earthquake from Infernape probably doesn't either. I know Oathkeeper knocks us out with a Play Rough, that's for sure. He could have any item though, which is what's frustrating me here. He's taking a few rounds of Toxic. I think it's in my best interest, because that Torterra is still there, I don't really think I need Oathkeeper to have the +1 attack. you know, so I think this is my best play. Wait, no, he only Dragon Danced once. So yeah, I'm gonna go into ZACIAN here. I'm gonna go into ZACIAN and hope we can land one of these play roughs. Of course, I'm at play +1. Even if he has the Roselli Berry, I doubt he lives this. So let's just go. Can we hit close combat? Probably not. I think we have to play rough here. It's not worth the risk of. Yeah, so he's gonna switch into Torterra. I have no doubt. That's gonna be this thing. Really wish. Well, he might just be boots. Okay, so that does a whole 0 damage. Obviously, I mean, yeah. Okay, so did I put the wrong? Oh, I was so busy talking about Screamtail, I removed it instead of the other Pokemon. Okay. This is not entirely comfortable situation. Let's see here. I think he's just gonna Synthesis this turn. I don't know. Does he just Earthquake? Could just stay in. I don't think this Pokemon does much damage to me, and I kind of want to scout what it does. I don't know that he Synthesises. I don't know if they Synthesis this turn. Oh, I do miss. Okay. Get the miss out there. That's fine. And the Earthquake goes off. That does a good chunk to me. I kind of want to keep this thing around. Play rough at the end looks pretty delicious, if I do say so myself. I could go into Whisper and bulk up. I feel like the Roar is pretty clear, but I feel as though they would have gone for it there if they had it. You know, they don't want to get set up on with the Swords Dance. So Earthquake, Synthesis, maybe Terra Blast, maybe. I want to keep this thing as healthy as possible. So ZACIAN, Torterra, Earthquake. I mean, he might have some attack investment. I'm not too sure. Damn, this is a tough set to break right now. Let's see here. Fire. It is Terra Fire. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna play rough again. I still don't think I'm in Sucker Punch. Wow, I miss again. Christ. Okay. And there's a Synthesis. Alright. So we know for sure he's gonna Earthquake this turn. This damn Torterra is gonna Earthquake this turn for sure. Alright, 331 down to 211. Let's actually calc this turn. This time. 36.5%. So they don't have that much attack investment. But they do have some. So maybe 100? Yeah, play rough at +1 did very little to this. Oh wait, I'm the wrong Pokemon here. I'm Screamtail, not ZACIAN. 36. Okay, yeah, so that makes some sense. I could play rough here, but they are definitely very defensive. I don't even know if they have any attack investment, to be honest. They might have just got a high roll there. So how much does Screamtail take? Takes a decent chunk from this. Definitely a decent chunk. So the Earthquake here is obvious. I'm just gonna stay in because I don't want anything else to take damage here. Yeah, dude, that's very little. That's like barely 25%, if even. And now I kind of want to call the Synthesis. It looks like I'm just sacking the ZACIAN here, so I think it makes sense to just go for Earthquake here. Or just go for Synthesis, because it looks like they could just get the free heal off. So that's my reasoning for going into Screamtail. It's a little risky. Booster Energy goes off. We're gonna pray that they don't have Roar. Swords Dance. Wow. Okay. Everyone's got their own little thing for ZACIAN. Their own little set for ZACIAN. That's cute. Yeah, so they could just be max HP, to be honest. So if they're at +2... Wait, no. Hold on. Jesus, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, no, they've got to be like completely defensive. I don't think they have any investment, to be honest with you. I think they just got a higher roll on that first one. Screamtail, I'm at +1 defense, they're at +1 attack. What do they do to me? Yeah, there's no way they're mono Earthquake. There's no way. So they're definitely going to just try to break through me here. Earthquake's still not doing too much. Of course, a crit would be devastating. But, yeah. And of course, Play Rough is resisted here. So we're in an Earthquake. 393 down to 216. That's a lot of damage. 45% to me. So they do have attack investment. Then ZACIAN's just a weak piece of shit. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. ZACIAN is a fraud, y'all. Christ almighty. I don't know, man. I don't know. That Play Rough damage is not making a lot of sense to me right now. I'm gonna Zen Headbutt and hope they don't Synthesis here. A flinch would be pretty cool as well. Yeah, they're just gonna Sword Stance. Yeah, we might just lose this one here. Not sure that we can break through this thing at this point. I could switch into Torterra. I could do that at this point. Or, I mean, I could switch into Infernape, and then the Fake Out plus double hit meta would kind of go nuts here. Or I could do it the other way around. The thing about it is that Zapdos looks incredibly scarfed. Like, that thing is scarfed 100%. So I can't really beat it with Ambipom. Unless I'm able to, like, fake it out or something. I wonder if ZACIAN lives a hit from Zapdos at this range. If he's adamant. Almost out of time again. I'm going to go Infernape on the Earthquake switch, on the Synthesis, I mean. Of course, I could have tried to get a flinch with the Zen Headbutt there, but ultimately I don't think that's a great idea. I'm going to hope that there's a Synthesis. I'm going to hope that ZACIAN can take... Well, obviously Screamtail can as well. Yeah, it's kind of rough. It's very close, actually. 94 out of 331. I'm at 28.3%. Yeah. Close Combat looks to be knocking out ZACIAN at this range, so I don't know. Maybe that was a misplay. Only time will tell, right? Although it is at plus, so I could U-turn if I still wanted to. Okay, let's see how this works out. U-turn, Screamtail dies, I bring in but Ambipom can't knock this thing out at this range. But does double hit even 2-hit KO this? Is Torterra? It probably does. I mean, it's very close. Damn, okay. We're going to Earthquake, I think. We're gonna Earthquake. I'm kind of just making moves at this point. Earthquake's gonna be... Jesus, that does so little, dude. That's insane. That's just crazy. Well, well played to Gunk, honestly. This is a great set, phenomenal set. That I was obviously very unprepared for. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Of course, we're just having fun with this one, obviously, so... but you can't prep for... I mean, free Terra is kind of nuts, right? You just can't prep for everything. You know, if I prep for this set and then they bring Shell Smash, then, you know, Terra Dragon or something crazy, then I lose to that, you know. Can't prep for everything, so... They're going to switch out here. Something's taking a Fake Out. Hard Times is taking a Fake Out. Okay. So, Wait, why did I do that? Okay. Zekrom. Fake Out does a little chunk. We're gonna take some toxic damage. Now I could just click double hit. Double has 90 action, so does triple axle. I obviously do outspeed this, and I could double hit. If I miss, I miss. That would blow, right? I mean, that would be awful. They could Volt Switch in case I switch, I suppose. I doubt that's really something they do here. Let's say they knock this out, and then Yeah, I don't think I have the pieces at this point. I'm not sure I have the pieces. We're gonna double hit. Hope that we can connect. We do connect, so that's beautiful. We're gonna get Ambipom another kill. Now I'm really hoping they bring in the King Gambit so I can upper hand that. That would be beautiful as well. Obviously they could try to force this thing out with that. Now if they bring in Zapdos, it's a tough play. Misery Biz. Is this King Gambit? It is. Okay, beautiful. Do I knock this thing out with upper hand? I may not. Not too sure. I think they just want to. I think they're just gonna want a Sword Stand or Sucker Punch. At the very least, you force me out. If they Swords Dance, I'm kind of fucked anyway because I just bring in Scream Tail, and I don't even think Scream Tail knocks this out with a Drain Punch. Yeah, it doesn't. So at that point, I just kind of lose to this anyway. I need Scream Tail around for the Choice Scarfed Zapdos still. So we are going to click upper hand here. It failed. Damn, I really tried. I really tried. Ironhead. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So I think we go Oathkeeper here, and I think we lose, but that's okay. Well played to the opponent. I probably should have brought some sort of hazards. Obviously, it's Boots Torterra, so it wouldn't have really mattered for that, but hazards would have been nice. Also, Toxapex would have really been nice here, for sure. Despite losing the Rocky Helmet, I really shouldn't have stayed in against that Zapdos, knowing the knockoff was coming. They saw the Rocky Helmet, so switching into that just to U-turn to take more damage wouldn't have made sense. Scream Tail there would have been a great switch in. They're going to Sucker Punch that turn, so I really could have upper handed again, which is kind of nuts. Torterra is going to come in here, so I think I'm just going to go back into Choreo. Of course, I could go Scream Tail there and try to win. I don't think that's the play. I think I go into Ambipom. I don't think I beat the Torterra one-on-one with the Scream Tail, so yeah, this is what we're going to do. Obviously, I could just click Close Combat, so I'm not sure why they'd stay in. So they do have Sucker Punch, so now that they used it there, it kind of ups the ante as far as the mind games. But it's not like I killed the King Gambit with any other move on Ambipom. So I think, yeah, it's a tough call. Now, obviously, in that situation, like, if they had Sucker Punch and I had, like, I don't know, Low Kick, for example, I could just click Low Kick because they don't knock me out with any one hit there. So that's a bit unfortunate. This thing's probably heavy as crap, too. What if, yeah, Low Kick absolutely rips King Gambit apart. Yeah, that was probably the play, but I wanted to show up the upper hand tech. I wanted it to work out. Oh, they just stay in. Okay, whatever. Okay, GG's. Well played. It was fun, though. We had fun. Yeah, the Torterra was really good, so that's going to be it. Guess we'll go into Oathkeeper and force this thing out again, or at least try to. Not too sure. I think I had to make that play to try to get in it. If they bring in Torterra there, I'm fucked anyway. I'm done for anyway, so it's gonna be it. 8 DMs, interesting. Okay. So at this point, what do we drop to? I guess 3-2 in this league, which is fine. Week 6. So the uploading schedule, they actually took a week off, so this isn't getting uploaded for like 10 days. Oh, they're Choppel. Very cute. Okay. So we're not going to knock them out. So that's a thing. We're going to die to an Ironhead here. So that makes sense that they stayed in then. Makes a lot of sense. At this point, we just go Scream Tail. And even if we knock this thing out, which we should, they're not going to let me bulk up. There's no way. There's no way they're not going to let me. They're not going to let me bulk up here. They're just going to let this thing drop. So we'll get a little bit of health back, I guess. Drain Punch, go. Hiya! Yeah, so, gonna knock this thing out at least. So we get it down to a 2-0. Perhaps even a 3-0. We'll see how this plays out. See how this plays out. We could get like 15 flinches. That could be a thing. Okay. Crush, which is this thing. Yeah, so they're gonna go for the little brave bird here. Damn, I really thought I could have won this one. If I just kept the Toxapex around, would have been different, but I was scared of Zekrom, which is fair. We're gonna Zen Headbutt here. Maybe they're not Scarf. Okay. We do live, so as long as Screamtail hits this little bugger, we're gonna get it down to a 1-0. Okay, 1-0. We'll take that. Unless we flinch this thing 14 billion times. That would be kind of nice. I'll take the 1-0 though. I'll take the 1-0 for sure. 3 and 2. What's our differential at this point? Well, it's something cool. Oh, +6. It will be 3 and 2 +5. That's okay. I can handle that. All right, Screamtail, flinch. Yes, we got one. We need like what, 2 more? Yes. 1 more. Oh, we were this close. That would have been. I'm pretty sure that's like a 0.01 chance of happening or something, like 0.1% chance of happening. I don't know. Very low. We came close though, and we didn't miss any of them too, which obviously also factors in. That was not deserved though. I didn't know Torterra was that low actually. But anyway, that's gonna be GG's to Gunk. Make sure to check out their perspective in the description below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my 2 leagues that come up. They're gonna be uploaded this Friday. At this point, probably week 3 of the well, I don't know. What's this, week 5? So week 6 of the WPF and week 3 or 4 of the ASL. Anyway, enough blabbering. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.